Sandra Bullock, Hollywood's beloved star, is stepping into her 60s with jaw-dropping revelations about her personal life that have stunned fans and insiders alike. After decades of fiercely guarding her privacy, Sandra is finally opening up, confirming secrets and rumors that have followed her throughout her career. From the triumphs that shaped her to the heartbreaks she kept hidden, she's sharing the truths we never expected to hear. What has Sandra been holding back all this time? And why now? Stick around as we uncover the revelations behind one of Hollywood's most enigmatic stars. It all began in the early 1990s on the set of Love Potion No. 9, a quirky romantic comedy that would change Sandra Bullock's life in unexpected ways. There, she met actor Tate Donovan, and their on-screen chemistry quickly blossomed into an off-screen romance. Filming started in 1990, and by the movie's 1992 premiere, they were in a full-fledged relationship. Sandra, in the early stages of her rising stardom, found herself deeply captivated. She revealed to Vanity Fair in 1995 that she had chased Tate like a dog. They dated for several years, and by Hollywood standards, they seemed like a perfect match. Yet, in 1994, their romance came to an end, leaving a lasting impression on Sandra. Reflecting on it later, she described Tate as the great love of her life. In a rare 1996 interview with Barbara Walters, she shared, "Everybody has one that stands apart from all the rest. He brought out everything in me, the good, the bad, and everything I kept hidden." The following year, she echoed these sentiments to Rolling Stone, saying, "You have one great love in life, and I've had mine." After her breakup with Donovan, Sandra's romantic life became the subject of Hollywood intrigue. She was linked to various well-known actors, including Bob Schneider, Matthew McConaughey, and Ryan Gosling. Yet, none seemed to measure up to what she felt with Donovan. Then, Jesse James entered her life, a motorcycle enthusiast and TV personality with a rugged, bad boy reputation. Their love story was far from typical. Sandra believed he might finally help her move past the heartbreaks of her past relationships. But her journey with James would ultimately test her resilience in ways she couldn't foresee. The unlikely pairing of Sandra Bullock and Jesse James was surprising to many. Sandra was a glamorous Hollywood star. Jesse, a mechanic and TV personality best known for Monster Garage. They came from worlds as different as could be. Sandra from the bright lights of Hollywood, and Jesse from the gritty world of custom motorcycles. Their paths crossed in 2003, thanks to Sandra's godson, Lou, who was fascinated by motorcycles and begged Sandra to visit the West Coast Choppers headquarters, owned by Jesse James. She reluctantly agreed, unaware that this small favor would alter the course of her life. While touring the shop, Jesse was captivated by Sandra Bullock's elegance and down-to-earth nature. Unlike most, he didn't let the moment pass. He called her office that same day. Initially uninterested, Sandra dismissed him as just another tour guide, instructing her assistant to offer only her email. Undeterred, Jesse engaged her with a game of 20 questions, transforming her polite brush-off into a meaningful connection. Through playful and increasingly personal exchanges, Jesse's patience and vulnerability touched Sandra, who later admitted that his persistence and spiritual strength ultimately won her over. Sandra later confessed, "It wasn't something I wanted, needed, or was looking for. But he was stronger than me in terms of patience, and I was fortunate to learn so much from him." For Jesse, the connection was just as transformative. He admitted that he initially saw Sandra as a typical Hollywood snob, but his assumptions quickly faded. "It felt like getting hit in the head with a brick," he said, recalling her kindness and grounded nature. They married in 2005 in a private ceremony, surrounded by family and close friends. But despite appearances, Sandra's choice of partner surprised many. Fans wondered why she hadn't ended up with someone like Keanu Reeves, whom she had met while filming Speed. Sandra and Keanu's on-screen chemistry was electrifying, sparking years of speculation about their relationship. Although the two shared an undeniable bond, they remained friends, leaving fans to wonder about what might have been. Sandra herself once said, "I think about how sweet Keanu Reeves was," and many felt that his grounded nature and quiet strength would have made him a perfect match. Though their relationship never moved beyond friendship, Keanu always supported Sandra, often praising her in public. At an award show, he once looked at her and said, "Your heart, your soul, your light, your talent." Moments like these left fans dreaming about the love story that never was. The atmosphere was electric. The room seemed to pause, leaving Sandra Bullock blushing, and her fans captivated by his final words. "Are one of a kind," he said, a line that seemed to echo far beyond the moment, reaching the hearts of fans everywhere. The world longed to see Sandra and Keanu Reeves together, but behind closed doors, their relationship was more nuanced. Sandra later admitted that she had a crush on Keanu, but never acted on it, saying, "We were working," as she kept her emotions professionally hidden. Keanu, the gentleman he is, similarly kept his feelings private. Rumors swirled about a behind-the-scenes kiss, a moment that tantalized fans with possibilities. Yet, publicly, they remained colleagues. As Sandra moved on, eventually marrying Jesse James, the chance of something more with Keanu seemed to slip away. Years later, in a surprising moment on The Ellen DeGeneres Show in 2018, Sandra revealed she'd once had a crush on Keanu. Revelation delighted fans, and a year later, when Ellen shared the clip with Keanu, he grinned and admitted, "She didn't know I had a crush on her either." The audience roared, realizing these two stars had harbored mutual feelings. Ellen, shocked, couldn't believe they never acted on it, to which Keanu shrugged and repeated, "We were working." His simple words left fans pondering all that might have been. Outside the spotlight, Sandra's life has been marked by unsettling encounters with stalkers. For years, she dealt with a series of harrowing intrusions that shook her sense of safety. Her stalker ordeal began in 2002 when Thomas James Weldon started pursuing her across multiple states. Despite obtaining restraining orders, Weldon's obsession continued, forcing Sandra to seek legal protection repeatedly. Another disturbing incident followed in 2007, when Marcia Diana Valentine, a fan, was found lurking outside her home. Valentine fled after attempting to run over Jesse with her car, as Sandra watched in horror. Valentine was later arrested, and Sandra once again secured a restraining order. The most chilling encounter happened in June 2014, when a stalker, Joshua James Corbett, broke into Sandra's Los Angeles home. Alone, Sandra hid in her closet, dialing 911. Corbett, who had been stalking her for years, was arrested after pleading with her not to press charges. Years later, Corbett took his own life during a police standoff, ending his dark obsession. In 2010, Sandra's personal life unraveled following a devastating betrayal by her husband, Jesse James. 2 weeks after winning an Academy Award for The Blind Side, Sandra's joy was shattered when In Touch magazine published a story exposing Jesse's affair with Michelle McGee, who claimed an 11-month relationship with him. Following McGee's confession, other women came forward, detailing their own affairs with Jesse. The betrayal was overwhelming, and Sandra, humiliated and heartbroken, canceled her Blind Side promotional tour in Europe. On March 18, 2010, Jesse released a public apology, though his words did little to mend the damage. Desperate to save their marriage, Jesse entered rehab, but it was too late. Sandra filed for divorce on April 23, 2010, and by June 28, their marriage was officially over. After her divorce, Sandra retreated from the public eye, focusing on raising her adopted son, Louis. She had begun the adoption process with Jesse, but his infidelity left her to navigate motherhood alone. Sandra chose to keep Louis's adoption a secret at first, sharing the news only months later in an intimate interview. Reflecting on the secrecy, she said, "The outside world had gone a little crazy. I needed to protect him, to keep him all to myself." Despite shadows from her past, including an unsettling note left at her home reading, "I will forever be thinking of you and Louis, my son, as you are my wife by law." Sandra Bullock remained resilient. Jesse's infidelity had shattered her world, and his lack of remorse angered her fans. In an interview, he callously shrugged, "Think I wanted to get caught?" His dismissive comments, including that cheating is part of life, only fueled the public's disdain, and even his stint in rehab did little to mend his image. Meanwhile, Sandra found strength in supporting the Time's Up movement, donating $500,000 to the cause and sharing her own experience with teenage sexual harassment, though she was never directly targeted by Harvey Weinstein. In 2014, rumors swirled about Sandra Bullock and Chris Evans, who had openly admired her since childhood, but the two were just friends. In 2015, Sandra found a deeper connection with photographer Brian Randall, who entered her life while capturing her son Louis's birthday party. Their bond grew quietly, and Brian became a stabilizing presence and loving father figure to her adopted children, Louis and Layla, while their blended family, including Brian's daughter, thrived. In 2018, Brian was diagnosed with ALS, and Sandra stood by him with unwavering support until his passing in 2021, later calling him the love of my life. Recently, Sandra faced new heartbreak when Michael Oher, the real-life inspiration behind The Blind Side, filed a lawsuit alleging his adoptive parents profited from the film without his consent. Heartbroken by the controversy, Sandra stepped back from acting to focus on her children, saying, "It breaks my heart that something so meaningful is now viewed differently." For more stories of resilience and integrity, check out our video on Keanu Reeves's journey to stay true to himself in Hollywood. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about the stars. Thanks for watching.